Hello, people. We back, and you know what time it is. It is the best time of the year for us NBA fans. It's the NBA trade deadline, and we got some moves already we're going to talk about. Now, this the best time for fans, but sometimes it's the best time for players, too. It could be the best time for players because they're trying to get out of a situation and they get treated to a better situation. It could be the worst time for players because they're in a good situation, but they get treated to a bad situation. Even worse situation. But we gonna get into it. We got two big trades we discussing today. And it's the Pacers to the Kings. We're gonna get into the details of that. And the Pelicans with the Blazers. So first, we gonna get into the one that went down first. CJ McCollum to the Pelicans, my hometown team. I think this was a great trade for both sides. Now let me tell y'all what happened. Who got sent out and who got sent in. New Orleans received C.J. McCollum, Larry Nance Jr., Tony Snell. Tony Snell, everybody know Tony Snell is a known meme on NBA Twitter, and he hasn't missed a free throw in 3 years. I think I just saw that on Twitter, but yes, they agreed to trade C.J. McCollum to the Pelicans. And Portland receives Josh Hart, Thomas Satoransky, and Nickel Alexander Walker. Dindy Lazada, 2022 first round pick protected. I think if it's 1 through 4 is for the Pelicans. If it's, I'm not sure on the thing. I have to look at it some more to give you the real protection for it. But and 2 future second round picks. So New Orleans receives. They've been in a look for a guard. They was rumored to be in a running for De'Aaron Fox, Eric Gordon, and C.J. McCollum popped up later because he wasn't on that first list, I believe. I think it was another guard that I can't get to right now. But yes, New Orleans received C.J. McCollum, Larry Nance. That's a good pickup at the power forward spot. And Tony Snell, when they only give up Josh Hart, everybody, I think most people will say C.J. McCollum is an upgrade over Josh Hart, Thomas Satoransky, and Nickel Alexander Walker. Nickel has some potential, and I think that'll be a good pairing with Anthony Simons. He showed up in Lillard's injuries and absence. They good, so I think they got him to bring him in to see what he could do with Anthony Simons. 2 future second round picks and a 2022 first. It came out after this trade that Portland was freeing up cap space to rearrange his whole roster around Damian Lillard this summer, and I totally agree with it. A lot of people are getting on Portland for just trading pieces and not really getting anything but this future first. If they don't get it this year and it's not protected, they will push it down the line and get that 2 future seconds. It's just assets. Nickel Alexander Walker, he's an asset. Josh Hart, he's a tradable contract. Oh, he's a young player if you want to keep him. So I think that's very good for Portland. And a lot of people got on him for the Norman Powell and Robert Covington. That was just a salary dump. And this just pushed it even more forward to getting C.J. McCollum off the books, Larry Nance, getting a lot of money off the books. And they created a $21 million trade exception with this trade. And they should have over about, I think, $60 million in cap space, I believe I saw on Twitter. So they gone after some superstars to pair with Lillard, man. Lillard has stood firm that he ain't going anywhere, that he doesn't want to go anywhere, and he's going to stick with it. Now, the Pelicans, they're pushing for the playoffs. I like the move. Like I said, this is my hometown team. They haven't made a big trade in a long time other than the Anthony Davis one, which it was a big trade going to the Lakers, not coming back to us with Brandon Ingram and Josh Hart and Lonzo Ball, and nobody's on the team from that trade except for Brandon Ingram now. And so that's very ironic. Lonzo is in Chicago, very good player. Josh Hart is gone now with this trade. But we'll see how it pairs up if Zion gets healthy and comes back this season. They're gonna make a push. They're gonna make a push for that plan and try to get one of those 7 or 8 spots. So I think it's gonna be very interesting. And CJ is definitely gonna help pairing him back there. Devontae Graham, Herbert Jones, great defender. Brandon Ingram, two-way player, can score at every level. And Jonas Valanciunas, great big man. He's just a prototypical big. Now he's developed a 3-point shot, and that is key. Now, From the Blazers to the Pelicans, we get another blockbuster. If you want to call this a blockbuster, this is a room shaker 2 days before the trade deadline. And this is the Pacers trade Domantas Sabonis. This is very ironic because they was supposed to trade. Well, Miles Turner was on the trade block and the trade rumors for a long time. So Sabonis' name came up, but we thought he was more harder to get because he's a better player than Sabonis. He's a better rebounder, better scorer, better post player, and he's a better all around player. I would say the only thing Miles Turner does better is block shots and defend. So, but let me get back to this trade. Domantas Sabonis goes to the Kings for Buddy Hield, Tristan Thompson, and Tyrese Haliburton. Tyrese Haliburton, this is the one that got NBA Twitter going crazy. NBA Twitter going crazy. Why would the Kings do this? Their front office is horrible now. I agree. I would have liked to kept Tyrese Haliburton, but the Kings can't win it in this trade no matter what they would have did. If they would have pushed out De'Aaron Fox, I think more people would have wanted them to get rid of De'Aaron Fox more than Tyrese Haliburton because they already seen what De'Aaron Fox could be. They don't think he could grow as a player, but I think he could still be a better player in this league. And Sacramento receives DeMontis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a future second-round pick. Now, I agree with this trade. I think it's a good trade for both teams. Indiana is in a rebuilding process. They have Malcolm Brogdon. They just traded away Caris LeVert to Cleveland. They just traded away Domantas Sabonis. They have Miles Turner, and Miles Turner, a report just came out after this trade that he will like to stay with Indiana now that Sabonis is gone. He could be able to play center freely, and he's excited to play with Tyrese Haliburton. Now, that was very quick. I was saying, you want to stay one trade like that? Hey, you keep Miles Turner, and I think with not Miles Turner, trade value down was he got injured with the foot injury, so a lot of people didn't know what that was going to look like. But yeah, Sacramento couldn't win in this situation to me, though. If they don't trade, people like they just standing pat. They should have traded first off. But they do trade. They try to get better. They get someone to help them win now in Domantas Sabonis. I think everybody will agree. In 5 years, you probably will want Tyrese Haliburton, but right now, you will want Domantas Sabonis. And he's averaging 18 and 10. I think he's only one of 5 players doing that in the league right now. Let me fact check myself. Yep, he's averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds. Is only one of 7 players in the NBA averaging that. He's averaging 18.9 and 12.1 rebounds. So, the Kings, they're trying to, just like the Pelicans, they're trying to make a push to get in that play-in and get to the playoffs for the first time in a long, long time. So, I can't fault the Kings, but I can see why everybody's mad that I think most people felt Tyrese Haliburton would be he will become at least an all-star, I guess, from what he has shown as a young player so far. And Buddy Hield has been on a trade block for the longest with the Kings the last 3 years. They thought they had a done deal with the Lakers, but they don't. But they're going to Indiana, and I think it's been two good trades for both teams. I see it's ironic because both of these trades that happened today, you see 2 rebuilding teams going for a rebuild, not a rebuild, a revamp or a rebuild. And the Blazers, they trying to revamp because they want to get superstars this offseason, trying to get them in free agency. And you see the Pacers are rebuilding, and the Kings are pushing for a playoff spot, or a play-in spot, and the Pelicans are also pushing for a play-in spot. So you see teams trying to get better, and it's February 8th. The trade deadline is February 10th, so it's bound to have more deals go down. So yeah, man, favorite time of the year for NBA fans. Y'all tune in. I'm gonna keep giving y'all updates. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about these 2 trades. And NBA, we out.